I think first we ought to talk about what our government has been doing for us lately, or not doing for us lately, and specifically what the House of Representatives has been talking about. You would think that it's about finding jobs for the millions of unemployed Americans. You would think that they're trying to, I don't know, come up with a solution for the Middle East. Or somehow trying to figure out how we get our troops out safely, or I don't know. There are many, many issues on the menu to be selected and debated, but none of those are or were as important as this one, and that is to reaffirm to this country that the motto of the United States is, "In God we trust." Now, thank God that we have elected officials in Washington, D.C. For instance, in state of California, we sent like 49 of them to Washington to do this kind of work, to reaffirm things. And in this case, that the motto isn't e pluribus unum, it's "In God we trust." Now, we like this kind of thing because who else is going to reaffirm things? If Congress isn't reaffirming things. Forget jobs from joblessness for a second. We need someone in there who is going to reaffirm stuff. And what's crazy about it is, I don't know if you guys if you're hip to the reaffirmation process. Like Congress is reaffirming "In God we trust" as our motto. Steve Jobs came up with this iPhone. I don't know if you know, and it has a reminder list on it, and it can remind you of things too, that's like our motto in case you forgot. But apparently this got the goat of the president, and he wasn't too happy that the federal motto was being reaffirmed. He was a little upset that there was a commemorative baseball coin that was being commissioned or minted, and Congress needed to weigh in on that too. Obama clearly not happy about it.
And if Congress tells you they don't have time, they've got time to do it. We've been in the House of Representatives. What have you guys been debating, John? You've been debating a commemorative coin for baseball. You had legislation reaffirming that "In God we trust" is our motto. That's not putting people back to work. I trust in God, but God wants to see us help ourselves by putting people back to work.
Okay, so let's go back and look at the genesis of this, because and I know this story is kind of being talked about in the echo chamber a lot today, but this really was the pet project of Representative Tom Price, a Republican from Georgia. He's the fifth ranking Republican in the House, and he didn't just sort of submit this to Congress to say, like, we're in danger of forgetting. He actually specifically put this onto the floor of the House to remind the president himself. Listen to his explanation.
This was a priority because the president himself had stated incorrectly that the motto of the country was "E pluribus unum." In fact, the motto of the country, as you well know and your listeners know, is "In God we trust." So we thought we'd remind him. The notion that we can't do those kinds of things, which is to remind the president again that the motto of this country is "In God we trust," and not whatever he may think it is.
Okay, he specifically, that's him on Fox News, and he's going to be talking to Bret Baier in a second. We're going to show you that to you. But one of you might be cynical enough to believe that Representative Price here is taking a shot at the president for his godlessness, because we all know that the president is an atheist and is faking his entire religious belief. When you see him in church, going to pray with his family, or when he says, and God bless the United States of America, he's lying. He's just kidding. It's all a joke. It's a ruse. You would think that Price is lobbing a grenade at the president's lack of belief. No, he's not. He's actually doing it for a more practical reason. Here he is talking to Bret Baier.
Are you suggesting there's a crisis of identity? Why was the resolution necessary?
Well, the resolution was necessary because we felt it was appropriate to remind the president what, in fact, the motto of our great country is.
But you're not saying he's against religion, or there's no suggestion in there.
There was no
from that
suggestion
comment,
at all.
right?
Absolutely not. It was an opportunity to say, no, Mr. President, the motto of this country is not e pluribus unum. It's in God we trust. We'll remind you.
I'm sorry, that was Bill Hemmer. I'm really having trouble keeping my white guys on Fox straight. But that was Bill Hemmer, not Bret Baier. But so what I think we have here is it's not a shot at the president and his godlessness. It's not trying to get some kind of sort of religious argument onto the House floor and to sort of, weed out the godless in the House of Representatives. What this is a reminder. Now, some of us put like a Post-it note on our refrigerator that says things like, hey, don't forget you have a dentist appointment at 2:20. That's a reminder. Sometimes, like my iPhone, you guys, like I was saying, Jobs has, in the update for the iPhone, this incredible new feature where it reminds you of things. And like on mine, I wrote, don't forget motto for Men's Warehouse, you're gonna like the way you look. That's on my iPhone. Because mottos are something that we all forget. There's so much to remember these days. Mottos are one of the things that just sort of fall to the wayside. I have another one here that says, remember McDonald's is you're gonna like it, is you're gonna love it.
Oh, so you already messed it up. See, I thought you were gonna be the, that's why you should write these down.
What is it? Jayar, what is the McDonald's one? You're gonna love it? You're gonna like this stuff?
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it?
Can't put the G on the loving.
Sorry.
It's loving.
Got that
Right.
one?
So,
and I'm going to be reminded of that one in about 5 minutes. My alarm might go off.
You already had some today, so it's okay.
Okay.
But the thing is about this is it's very, if you want to point out and make him look bad, which of course is always the point with politicians, just go on Fox News with Bret Baier or Bill Hemmer, whichever one you choose, Brian. And then after that, just you can go ahead and make the point. Oh, the president said that our motto is e pluribus unum. Isn't he stupid? And then move on.
Yeah.
This is. You can still get your point across of petty politics. And
yeah, but Jayar, that doesn't, you've got to really find a way to obstruct the actual legislative process in America. You have to take up 35 minutes of time on the House floor to really make the point, and then you go on Fox News and you talk to, I don't know, Bill Hemmer, Bret Baier, whatever white guy is sitting over there with the plastic hair. But hold on a second, I just got another reminder. Campbell's soup motto is good. I just wanted to